Story Jam is a live lit storytelling show that combines music and storytelling. We have a 10-piece band on stage that plays original songs written for the stories, and the stories are true and personal and told in the first person. It's an entertainment show, but it's also a bit of an act of social justice.
It's 1974, and I'm 7 years old. I live next door to my elementary school, and every day I run home so that I can watch Superman. It's black and white. It's George Reeves, and I believe in Superman. My dad has a fedora. Clark Kent has a fedora. Clark Kent wears glasses. I wear glasses. I'm Superman. There are two girls up on the jungle gym. Clearly, they need my help. I climb up. I'll save you. Who are you? I'm Superman. You can't be Superman. Superman's white. I got a little weaker. And I'd found my kryptonite. As I climbed down, it hurt. I'm 7 years old. It's 1974. I'm in Iowa City, Iowa. And I understand truth, justice, and the American way.
When I look around the room, everybody else looks like me. All I see.
My own personal challenge is to tell stories that have to do with what's happening in present time. As opposed to digging up all my old memories. That's my personal challenge. Oh, I've stored memories the way a squirrel stores nuts. Only instead of almonds over there and peanuts there, I've got men over here, women over there.
I'm shoving 3 sticks of butter up the ass of a Martha Stewart chicken. But I am the defiant moo-moo. I am unique in this sea of blondes.
I get hit with the nerves immediately, just those 2 minutes before. And I remind myself of a trick Maya Angelou used to do, which is she would think of all her ancestors and the people she idolized and pretend that she was going on stage with them.
Snip, snip, snip. If you don't wear your diaper tonight, I am going to snip your penis off. My aunt was never gonna win Employee of the Month at the nursing home she worked at.
When I hear a song that someone's written based off of my story, I just feel like it's such an honor. In my life, storytelling has pretty much meant everything so far. And now, you know, I don't think I'm the most important person in the world, but I definitely feel like I have a purpose and I have a skill and something to share.
Some fantastically absurd things happen to very ordinary people. So I look over the shoulder and I see this guy. He's got on a caramel-colored sport coat and the shiniest knife I've ever seen. He's lunging at people. and I'm 3 people away, so I'm worried, but I'm not terrified. Well, okay, I was really terrified, but I knew I was going to be at least third to get it.
I love the connection with the people. I love being able to get on stage and remember the little kid that I used to be, that couldn't speak, that used to stutter, that didn't know the language, that was undocumented, that didn't have a voice.
What does he say? My mom would say to me and my siblings every time that she saw the gas light, the phone bill, or any kind of bill. And my father, who had recently been diagnosed with cancer, usually took me or one of my siblings with him so we could translate for him.
A lot of immigrants, we come to this country and as kids, as our parents don't speak any English, and we go to school for a couple of months, couple of weeks, and we become the translators.
I knew he was dying. I could see it in his body and his face every week as his condition kept deteriorating and he kept getting worse and worse, getting closer to death. I knew how to translate that, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Corazón, pulmones, riñones y dado. ¿Cómo se siente mi papá, mi papá?
I am one of the songwriters, so I am a singer and a musician, and I, get a story from Stephanie and write a song about it. I read through the words, and if anything jumps out at me, then I know kind of where my lyrics are headed, and then I sit down at the piano or with my ukulele and see what comes out. Getting together with the band and putting the song together, like making an arrangement with the band and working out backgrounds, and then the performing of the song, the show with the storytellers, that whole process is just, I think it's a beautiful process, and it's you feel like you're really creating something, and so I'm really glad to be part of it.
People have been telling stories since they started building fires and sitting around them, right? So I think it brings people together. You feel a sense of oneness with the teller sometimes, or you learn something, or it's just pure entertainment.
Would you like to know why I'm here? I'm sure you can guess the occasion. It was my first paying gig in Hollywood. As a performer, I mean.
It's about a time in my life when I was very, very young and very naive, and I ran into a little bit of trouble, and so I went on the lam. I hid. And while I was hiding, I was pursuing a career in Hollywood. It makes absolutely no sense.
Look, I was just a scared 21-year-old queer kid from just below the buckle of the Bible Belt. There had been 5 stepfathers, 6 schools, a mother who was inattentive, I don't know how many houses and apartments, and as tragically as cliche as it sounds, yes, even a trailer.
Who am I if I'm not who I think I am? Hey, I am a normal human. Hey, I read the news, I'm common. Hey, I haven't lost my sanity. No celebrity.
Authenticity in storytelling is a bearing of your soul. And it's also allowing yourself to be free. And don't worry about the judgment. The moon becomes obscured. I crest the hill at the Museum of Science and Industry. Have you ever felt a soul unwrapped from your own? Have you ever felt somebody's last breath coming out of your womb?
Storytelling saves lives. It helped save my life, and that's why I do it. Maybe save is a strong word, but I think it creates connection, creates empathy, creates things that I've never found anything else. There's nothing I've ever found outside of it that can do what a good story can do.
I want to tell her, I want to tell anybody how I'm not actually suicidal or homicidal, but the woman at the front desk made me check a box, suicidal or homicidal. And no, I don't want to kill myself, but sometimes I don't want to keep living, so I check the suicidal box. And I want to tell her I'm here because there's nowhere else to go.
The story I'm telling tonight changed the way I see human beings and what's possible with little acts of kindness.
And we sit down and he says, "Hey, I'm Vernon." And I say, "Hey, Vernon, I'm Sean." And we talk. And just like that, I'm okay.
I think Story Jam is one of the most creative outlets that will allow you to experience a story. Not only are you getting a raw, provocative story from a really quality cast of storytellers, I might add, and then you have this wonderful live band who can connect to your words in a way and develop a song that reflects your story. That's crazy for me. I mean, it's an artist's dream that a lot of times what you can't say in the story, Story Jam Band can say it in a song.
I don't think anybody else out there is writing original songs to go along with the stories that are being told. It's really something else, making sure that people have the best time ever. And it's a pairing that nobody else is doing, and I love it.
Mashed potato club. You get your scoops or one. You